In the quiet town of Marblehead, Wisconsin, surrounded by dense forests and rolling fog, people whisper about a tall, faceless man in a black suit, Slender Man. He's not from fairy tales, nor is he from bedtime stories. He came from the internet in 2009, but somehow his shadow has crawled into real life. Children say he watches from the trees. Some claim to have seen him. Others have disappeared. 3 high school friends, Emma, Lucas, and Grace, grew up hearing the tales. It was always just a joke to them, something to laugh about during sleepovers. But that changed when Emma found a local article online from 2014. It was about 2 girls in Waukesha, just a few towns away, who stabbed their classmate to please Slender Man. The victim survived, but the story shook everyone. "It's just a myth," Lucas said, brushing it off. But Emma wasn't so sure anymore. One cold October evening, the 3 decided to go camping in the woods just outside town, the same place a boy once claimed he saw a tall, thin man standing still among the trees. "Let's prove it's all fake," Grace said with a grin. They packed flashlights, snacks, and Emma brought a camera to document everything. The woods were thick and silent, with only the crunch of dry leaves under their boots. As they hiked deeper, Emma noticed carvings on tree trunks, long, stick-like figures with no faces. "Probably other kids messing around," Lucas said, trying to sound confident. But the markings felt old. Grace snapped a photo. "This'll look great on Instagram," she joked. But when she checked the photo, something odd appeared. A tall blur way in the back, behind the trees. "It's just motion blur," she said quickly, though her voice trembled. They found a clearing and set up camp. As night fell, the forest grew darker than they expected. The air felt thick. Emma turned on her recorder and asked, "Is Slender Man real?" Silence. Then a soft crack in the distance. "Probably an animal," Lucas muttered. But it didn't sound like any animal they knew. It was slow, like footsteps dragging. Suddenly, Grace shouted, "Did you see that?" Her flashlight flicked across the trees. Nothing, but her face had gone pale. "I saw something tall, just for a second." Lucas laughed nervously. "You're scaring yourself." But even he started looking over his shoulder more. Around midnight, they sat in the tent whispering. Emma reviewed her footage. "There," she whispered. The frame showed a figure, impossibly tall with no face, standing far behind them when they first arrived at the clearing. "This isn't funny," Grace said, pulling her sleeping bag tighter. Lucas went outside to check. "Stay here," he said. Minutes passed, then a scream. Emma and Grace ran out, calling his name. They found his flashlight on the ground, still on. But no Lucas, no footprints, no broken branches, just silence. "Lucas!" Emma shouted. Nothing, not even an echo. Grace was shaking. "We need to leave, now!" They grabbed their bags and ran back through the woods, but everything looked different. The paths were gone. Trees stood too close together like they were moving in. Emma's compass spun in circles. "It's not working," she whispered. They were lost. Hours passed. Dawn was near. Grace suddenly screamed and pointed. Standing among the trees was a tall, black figure. No face, no movement, just watching. The girls ran. Behind them, the branches creaked like fingers reaching. Emma tripped. Grace helped her up, tears streaming down her face. Finally, they saw headlights, a dirt road, a truck. The driver, an old man, stopped. "You girls okay?" he asked. He gave them a ride back to town. They told him about Lucas, about the woods. The man just nodded slowly. "You're not the first to see him," he said. "Some things live in silence and in belief." Lucas was never found. The police searched the area for days. No trace, not even footprints. Back at school, kids whispered. Some said it was a prank gone wrong. Others said Lucas ran away. But Emma knew. Slender Man doesn't run. He waits. He watches. Months later, Emma checked her camera one last time. There was a new photo she didn't remember taking. It was of her asleep in the tent, and right behind her, almost blending with the shadows, stood a tall figure in black. Is he real, or just a story made too real by fear? You decide.